Welcome. This is the capital planning meeting, February, 8th. The agenda is posted. We are going to call the meeting in order with a roll call vote.
Chris Novosela.
Carolyn Bezekas.
Mark Hussey.
And Teresa A. Moss are present. We do have a quorum. I'd like to announce that the meeting is being recorded. We do not have any additions, or I do not have, as chair, any additions or deletions to add. Does any other member of the
I have nothing.
I have nothing.
committee have anything they'd like to add? Okay, we have no additions or deletions. In your packets, you should find there should be both, but I don't see the second one. There should be the minutes, from the February 18th and, excuse me, from the January 18th minutes and the February 2nd meeting. They are on SharePoint, but I know that's not as easy, but I thought I printed both of them out. I'd like to review those.
I actually have February 1st twice.
Oh, I have February 1st, I don't have the next.
Yeah. I have the 18th and I have the,
Oh, you have both of them?
I
You
have
should
the
both.
18th and the February 1st.
Okay, perfect. So is there any adjustments we need to make to those meetings? Basically, the major is that we nominated me, the chair, and we tried to make Mark the chair when he wasn't, the clerk
But I
when
was
he
not
wasn't
present.
here, but we didn't succeed in that.
Well, we could have
I
voted on it.
apologize. You could what?
We could have voted on it. But we were nice.
I think we didn't do it.
Yes.
So I said I would be both the chair and the clerk, but I did say that hopefully if we go to Clearview, we would ask for Mark's help with that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Hey, what's a Clearview?
The
The new software.
new
Software.
software, so we'll talk.
Does that
about
work for
more.
you?
So,
Me either.
are we okay to approve the minutes for both those dates?
I'll change in a second.
Okay, Mark, would, you
I
make
was-
a motion? to
Well, I
approve?
was not present for the meetings,
Oh,
so
okay.
I couldn't.
I will, soon. Just give me a second to.
Okay.
Turn real quick. But you didn't put down on here that I was the vice chair, so.
Oh, okay.
They
I
voted
will
you
add-
off.
I will add
You
that.
were here.
I was here.
I
Yeah.
will add that.
Yeah.
That's the one.
And Mark, would you like to be the clerk?
No, I'm here as the liaison with the finance committee, so.
No,
That doesn't mean anything. I'm the
It does to
chairman,
me.
I'm the chair of the Board of Health, so that, I am very.
Are you here as the liaison or?
No.
as the
No, I'm
citizen?
actually here as a committee member.
Then you should be.
I can't be both. I can't, no.
No.
Why would I be a chair? I have enough. Yeah, I'll make a motion to accept the minutes from the 18th and the 1st.
But as amended at making it for vice chair.
That is correct.
Okay.
I can second that.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
I have to abstain on the first one, because I wasn't here.
Okay,
I have to stay on both.
okay. Okay. Moving on
We just
to,
need your vote, Lisa.
oh, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Moving on to new business. We are going to review and discuss. We'll start with who is here first? We said
Facility.
facility. We'll start with facility.
Let's see if I can find Rob's stuff.
Did you have anything new or did?
I have water.
I realigned all the expenditures for the fiscal years. We gave it to you.
Gave it to me. I
Okay,
gave it to her.
okay.
And I lost it.
So it's what we have here then.
No, this
No.
was earlier.
Oh, was it?
Oh, we don't have it reprinted then, no.
No, I just printed one out.
Okay,
Can you,
Is this it?
let me see, is that the realigned one here?
can we make
So
couple
let me
copies
make
of it?
copies for everybody, okay?
So you don't wanna
Give me-
spend 300,000 in 1 year?
Well, that's what I saw, 3015.
Give me 1 second.
I figured everybody was gonna box it out and.
Well,
split it
everybody
up.
always goes and then, go for what you can try for.
That's right.
I think that's more than we
Daily
got.
fan for library.
Well, he
Excuse me?
explained that to me. I kind of get it. So when he gives to that point.
Oh. Ceiling fan for the library. The Friends of the Library.
We'll take all the funding where we can get it.
Hmm.
I think we can squeeze some of the stuff into probably some energy,
Oh,
Like the fans.
because like the fans.
Yeah,
Gosh, you weren't here last.
Those
time.
ceilings, the rotunda is so tall, the heat just gets stuck up
just
there.
stays up there. Sure.
And if we can get some of those 100-inch fans, 3 of them, and
push it down.
it would just push it down.
Sure,
It
yeah.
would satisfy,
Yeah.
just.
To
Those
keep it cool in
furnaces,
the summer for recirculating the air and
right,
blowing
Yeah,
around.
their energy bill was fairly high.
Yeah, I bet.
They've got high ceiling.
Where did I see, was there a furnace for this building or is that in another, a high efficiency furnace?
yeah, that would be for this
Yeah.
building. We have 5 boilers downstairs.
I'd love
and-
to see it sometime. I
And
really
they were currently installed during the renovation of this
Wow.
facility back in the early 90s.
Yeah,
would. Are they
And,
gas fired or?
They're all gas fired,
Yeah.
and part of that Rise Engineering project, the the energy project, they installed VFDs downstairs.
you'll have to explain what that is.
And it's, what happens is they'll start and stop the circulator pumps, even in odd weeks. And
Oh,
depending on,
alternate them. Yeah, okay.
and depending on the
Be
outside ambient temperature, as the building gets satisfied, those motors will slow down in
Yeah,
RPMs.
yeah.
So I just, all I had to do was buy a small UPS system
Back
to
it up.
back it up in case of power failure. We
Yeah.
found that out one time.
Yeah,
When they installed it, they didn't take the power from the correct breaker panel.
okay.
And when the generator started,
They were done.
they were done.
Yeah.
So I put them on an up system. So they won't
VFDs
see
are
it.
wild. They do elevators that way now.
Yep,
With a big belt that goes the length of double the length of the building. And it weighs the people as they come in and it sets, the VFD will then, take care of the load according to what's in the, yeah, it's pretty cool. The gas fired, they're pretty old though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
1990, they're not energy efficient. I don't think they did that, but
They got the
No.
PVC piping or no?
no,
Yeah.
they're all, I think they're like, piping is like 20-inch,
oh,
20-inch,
wow.
and they're all gang together.
Really? Yeah, so it's a
Yeah.
manifold.
And as the, like I said, the ambient temperature is really cold, they'll just keep on firing one after another, then they'll just back down.
would that be worth just buying one big boiler?
No, you always
You
need
gotta
to,
sell
for
it,
yeah.
redundancy, in
Yeah.
case one of them is down for maintenance. But then again,
At least
that
two,
could be,
yeah.
an energy project.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I'm sure there has to be some kind of funding out for that.
Good old Unitil must give us a good deal on.
Something out there
Oh,
from
yeah.
the state or the federal government owns to help towns and cities for that. Right up the store.
Yeah, 301 down to 64.
This is all his stuff. It's right
So
on.
who would look into that, for the energy efficiency, like on the
They'll just
board?
take them
Would
together.
that be
They
you or?
Thank you.
Well, what happens is they have to,
I don't have that.
I
I just have,
think what's it?
All this
the
stuff.
select
But I
board,
do
they,
not. thank you. Chief.
voted to approve something like that.
To approve a grant for that?
Right.
Okay, and you're just waiting.
That's it. When they show up, we'll just rack and stack the buildings, which is the most important projects.
Mhm.
And we'll go with that, but they had a lot of stuff done, I guess, at all the schools.
Oh, really?
And I had, the West Townsend Reading Room,
Mhm. What
that,
needs that?
Horrible.
that's all gas,
Gas, hot water?
gas with electric hot water. At the West Townsend
Oh,
Reading Room.
I mean, but it's a hydronic heating system?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So that's, no, that's, forced hot air.
Oh, it's forced hot air, okay.
Forced hot
Okay.
air.
All right.
The windows are in pretty rough shape over there,
Yeah.
so.
He's only got
What's that heating system?
He's only
Is
got
it
what?
Fairly new? Is that in it?
3.
I would say that heating system is probably, it looks to be about 10 years old.
24.
It's
That's
in
not
good shape.
bad. That's not bad.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's not a huge unit. It's
Yeah.
not a big,
No, it's just for a regular
They're doing
residential.
24 now.
We're doing 24 now.
Yeah, so he's got top 2.
Right.
So they did a bunch of energy weather
The
stripping
library
at,
lighting.
the highway garage. Jimmy, you got,
Reprogram the
energy efficient lighting
controls
controls,
at the library.
heating controls.
And then flammable cabinet
anything
box,
with hot
which
water.
I think they should have. That's kind of more of an OSHA
Hot water.
thing.
So what are the heating controls, like a setback thermostat, or is it better than that?
Insurance.
You know what I mean?
They got,
Not having
yeah, they're
that.
like, those net thermostats.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah. That's probably just a single circuit system or whatever.
And, the lighting is all LED with motion
Generator
sensors.
on 26.
So as the mechanics or the workers are going.
Walk
to the
in, the
building,
lights
they're
are
going
on,
on, and
yeah.
they time out after,
Yeah, yeah, it's so long.
yeah, so long.
Yeah,
Next question.
wow, that's great, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it'd be nice to get a boiler, when it ran.
Well,
So
the next-
that's, so
Okay.
we're talking the boiler, just so that, because I think I
So we
missed the
start off at the top
conversation.
line item.
yeah, the boiler you have listed out at 26.
Yeah,
so-
but let's kind of talk about it our way
But
down.
that might
Yeah.
be coming under the green,
Right, green energies,
Mm.
yep.
okay,
Right.
okay, let's start at the beginning.
No,
No, I have a real strong feeling about this one in the first line.
what, the pickup truck?
Yes,
Should have had that years
should have
ago.
had it years ago.
And I'm gonna just, because this is what we need to do and what we've done forever. I'm gonna ask you to try and tell us which one of these are your most important that you want. I can't just go, well, you want them all. Well,
Well, she
we only
recopied
have
I think
some
we-
of them.
realigned them and I.
I think you
Yeah,
should.
right, 40,
Oh,
so
so you're
He's
just,
done.
there's only the truck and then a flammable storage cabinet.
yeah,
That's
well,
all you wanted for 24?
Oh, no, and then
No,
we
I have-
redraw.
Yeah, I have the pickup truck, I
Yeah.
have the, reprogrammed the Creston lighting. At the library and the flammable storage cabinets.
and the.
And what about the,
exterior
Memorial Hall trim and
and
paint?
trim paint?
Well, the Memorial Hall trim and paint, there was already been a line item for that.
Okay,
There's already been money appropriated for that.
Okay, all right.
so that can.
So I might, I'm gonna start off what I can get done for that kind of money
Right,
and then wait for the following year type of thing. Or I did speak with, Eric on there. Maybe we can go before the Historic Commission out of Boston and see if we can get any monies.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be nice, yeah.
And,
Wow.
we can
that's
get this fixed
possibility.
correctly.
Mm.
Because we have on the original building here,
Mm.
they put storm windows inside of the building instead of outside the building. So now all the sashes are destroyed on the exterior. They're all lifting. Some of the windows are starting to pull
The
away.
condensation?
It's just it's raw wood sitting out in the elements. So, and then with the stained glass,
Mm,
I don't know what's gonna become of that, that's gonna have to be hashed out with the, when we go to try to replace these windows, we're gonna have to try to make it appealing to the Historic Commission, so they kind of buy in on it, you know what I mean?
Hey, Rob,
Yes,
also remember that we are asking town meeting to repurpose that roof money from the rec building to help with the exterior of town hall.
yeah,
That hasn't gone through yet because we didn't get a quorum, but that's one of our asks.
I did bring that up to them before the start of the meeting.
Okay. And the capital planning, policy says we must replace, our facilities, vehicles with energy efficient vehicles. So our policy and procedure says we have to take action on that number one item. I assume, what's the year on that vehicle?
There is
Don't
no
have one.
vehicle. We use it.
Oh, there is
Yeah.
no vehicle, so it's not a replacement. Okay,
No.
they just need a vehicle.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So then that, energy efficiency,
So
That
that
means
law
we
doesn't
need to,
apply, or?
it just, that would probably wouldn't apply,
Okay.
but we still need a vehicle there. Okay.
Do you have any idea of what kind of truck you're looking for? You want like American company or a Chinese company
It
or
would be nice to get
Japanese
a
company?
banded either Ford or Chevy or,
Well, that's why I was wondering,
1,500 and
yeah.
with a rack and a,
Yeah.
you don't need
Yeah,
to have
rack.
that 3/4 ton, right?
is.
I-
You'd like one, I'm
What's
sure,
the-
but
What kind of trucks do you
then I
have?
gotta plow with it, or
You have-
or-
Fords?
Ford, yeah.
Fords? I wonder if it'd be easier if we
Yeah.
just got like, look into a Ford, keep all the parts the same?
There's
There
a,
are gonna
Yeah.
be standards,
There's a public-
so.
Yeah, they can. And
Yeah.
then, you know, there's other.
MHQ does-
Yeah.
Yeah.
you contact MHQ, they have, the state contracts
Mhm.
Yeah,
and whatever is available
yeah,
Right.
at the best prices.
I use between 3 and 4 that do all the state bids between Chevy, Ford, MHQ,
right,
Dodge, come out of Plymouth, Mass.
yeah,
That they're all on the Mass
Mhm.
bid list.
yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
Matter of
think there's
fact, Eric has a list in a folder somewhere of some of the quotes that came back.
What, Eric? What do you have for
Yes, sir.
quotes? What do you have for quotes on the pickup truck?
That was last.
So the quotes are they're aged out now because we got them earlier in the summer, but they're around between 40 and 42.
with the rack and toolbox, or is that,
I think it should cover,
it should cover it?
yeah.
And is there any, grants for energy efficient vehicles that would help with this?
We can certainly look into seeing if we can find a grant that would cover the difference between what we're budgeting for a regular gas vehicle to get an energy efficient one. I know Ford and Chevy both make soft hybrids. So they still have a gas engine, but it's also got an electric engine and allows you to run the truck as a generator. And it gets better gas mileage. So something like that might be something we could look into.
Anything, so that makes it a little bit more difficult here. Okay,
Now you have a half-ton pickup. Did you want a half-ton? Is that what you said?
Yeah, it's,
You're happy
yeah,
for it, then,
it'd be
yeah.
nice to get
Then you
something.
can't plow it.
Yeah.
Mine's a half ton and I plow
You
it.
do, yeah.
Mine's a 3/4 ton. It has never seen a plow and never will. That's what my Kubota's for.
Okay.
Maybe we can buy electric pickup truck and put a plow on it.
There you go, yeah.
That'll get you about
So,
3 feet.
Plug in down at McNabb's or something.
Okay, so
Okay, so that takes care of your
Care of
pickup truck.
then we move on to the exterior repair of Memorial Hall, trim and paint. There is some money sitting in the till for that.
okay, do we know how much?
There was 20,000, I do believe, but also along with, like Eric just chimed in, reappropriating the money through the town meeting from the
Oh.
savings
Oh, yeah,
on the rec roof
oh, yeah.
Yep,
and put it in there.
I think that that warrant article had about 28,000 left in it from the rec roof.
wow, that'd be great.
Yep,
But we're going to use it for both the concrete stairs at the rec building and to supplement the repairs to the exterior of the Memorial Hall.
yeah, and the price of the stairs was, I think, $4,600.
That's okay. That's okay. Okay. Okay, and then it moves us down to the programming of the Preston.
The rec, well, like, yeah, okay, then if there's any money left over that we can replace some of the rec hall windows. Like though, that's in the historic district, so those replacement are gonna have to copy what we take out.
Yeah.
Which they do make them,
Mhm.
Those are gonna be custom made, I
Yeah.
think.
yeah.
Well,
All right, efficiency, heating for Memorial Hall, so we can, I put 50,000 on that, but we can try to probably get some kind of, energy efficient fund.
And you're looking for that in 25 though? Am I right?
25, we gotta
Yeah.
do 25.
Okay,
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
on
but
20.
if it comes early,
Yes,
And
if we can, yeah,
thought green, there was a green energy
Well, that's
grant that
generator
was
replacement,
looking
yeah.
at that.
That's on 26.
If we can get it soon.
Yeah, well, it would definitely be a good thing.
they did, the green energy grant for here, they did put in the VFD controllers and the Explorer processor to,
what's the
command
Explorer, is that the
the,
system that runs it?
that's the system that, talks to the
Yes,
VFDs.
yes, yeah.
But we just applied
Yeah.
for a new grant this
Correct.
month, so they're looking again and see what we can.
So we were able to apply again because I thought because of the, it was a time issue of, some of those projects didn't get done on time. I didn't know if
Yeah,
we
we
missed
did.
the opportunity.
Yeah, we got them in.
Oh, that's
So
awesome then.
never
Okay.
know what's gonna happen.
Right, right.
More
We'll
to,
work with what we can
we'll wait
get.
to see what happens in Double Jeopardy, but.
Brings us down to the, dispose of the old documents and preserve, at the old library. Now,
So,
when Mr. Perry was here, he's the one that put in that.
so my
figure.
question is, we have on an, spent, I know we've been talking, with the police. They have on their capital spend, a line item, and it's an expensive line item as well for disposal and, of documents as well. Is there a possibility if we look at, is it like possibility if you combine your expense and their expense, that it's significantly cheaper?
Well, I'm sure there is, but, are you just talking about, dispose, but there's, we're also seeing preserve, so,
That's where the cost
That's what
comes from,
Right.
preserving them, not
As far as
disposing them.
Disposal though.
I thought the disposal was where the.
well,
cost
I
came
had
from.
a company came in here a year ago and I, went through the different departments went through the vaults in the building and I ended up with, quite a bit of tonnage.
Yeah.
And it was reasonably cheap. The truck came in
Places
here
where
and
the
it
iron
just,
mountain
and it was shredded right on site.
Do you realize that on Earth Day, they have a shred truck for free? All you gotta do is have someone bring those down to the high school and put them in the barrel and they'll shred them for you for free.
I'm sure they will, but the thing of it is
You gotta.
who's
yeah,
gonna make the
I'll
call
hide
on what
them
gets
first, so.
preserved and what gets destroyed?
Well, someone has.
I mean, you have
Who would?
hard drawn books over there that go back to the early 1900s.
And everybody's looking for Edgar Allan Poe's original documents, you know?
I don't know, but I mean,
You know,
all I'm
Quill
saying,
pen.
Rob, is that if you're gonna have someone come in to shred your documents, you can throw them in your new pickup truck next year, take them to the high school and get rid of them for nothing.
Right, but,
As far as,
I'm
as
sure.
far as you're trying to, who would go through that? I don't know, that's up to the selectmen, I think.
I would think that probably each department would have to go through their.
but I had to have a documented company,
Right.
because even that was on camera when they were shredding the
Right.
documents, because his names, addresses,
it's gotta be a secure,
it have to be secure.
Items,
Yeah,
more like,
especially the police.
yeah,
That's right.
security.
It's probably a whole
Yeah.
different entity.
Yeah.
Who knows?
And if they want to preserve it, some of this is gonna have to be digitized, and we get into, it's a big cost, so I don't know who we're gonna appoint to that job.
Probably the first thing we need to do is separate the piles for who can do that.
That's right. I'd have to have the people from that department to come over there,
Right.
and are they gonna be willing to work in that building?
Right.
And the mold and the smell.
Health issue, I
Yeah.
know.
Don't talk about that.
So the goal for these projects would be to hopefully have a company that's familiar with the statewide records retention laws. So that they, with hopefully not a huge ton of assistance, but with would be able to come in and try to make determinations as to whether or not those records are required to be maintained forever, which means we'd have to make a digital copy of them, or whether they could be disposed of. We obviously have the final say, but the idea would be, we got a company that could help us make those determinations. It would say, we just don't have the staff time to be able to get over and wade through all those documents.
Okay.
We are also looking for grants for this as well.
So having the company go through is gonna be additional costs too.
Yes, that's the Ross, when he was here, started this conversation with this company, understanding that that was gonna be within their scope of work, so. But we obviously haven't secured the funds to do it, so, we're kind of, we're looking for grants, but it also may be a capital expense, so.
Okay,
We're really not sure what we need.
we'll have to do
We'll
some more
figure
research.
that
on
out.
that.
Yep.
Once, I think the police are looking for it and earlier, we can get some ideas on what they're finding and maybe get some general guidance on how we could incorporate that in the library, but the police situation is much different than the library. But at least
They may
maybe
be
they
able to
can
help
guide
us
us,
out
yeah.
with some guidance,
Yeah. and we can maybe get at least some guidance.
Or maybe we just got cracked, yeah, all right.
Right.
Flammable storage, yeah. You gotta have. I'm
Yes.
surprised you don't even have one.
I've been trying to get them, so it's just, they are pricey. I wanted, two of them, one for paint, one for gas.
Right,
And I'm just getting a standard size,
yeah,
and the rest of that stuff.
Ranger special.
I've even tried to call DRMOs from bases local, maybe they would have one. It's just they're a hot item to get.
Yeah.
I mean, I did come in contact with them, but it's Oklahoma's kind of far.
Yeah, cross border ship.
Yeah,
you definitely need that one, without a doubt. So to me, it looks like you're definitely looking for the 42 for the truck
Yes,
and
Storage cabinet.
the storage cabinet.
cabinet.
If you're looking at taking the money from the roof, possibly to, do your window trim and paint. And the 5,000 from, if there's anything left over for the lights in the library.
Yeah,
Right.
what's up with the lights, reprogramming the system? Why do we have
So
to
that's
do
an
that?
automated system. It's
Yeah.
all computerized control.
On a GPS, it knows where they are, and
And the problem here is, they have to get in there and they have to reconfigure the relays and stuff because there's too many lights left on after business hours. I mean,
they
the
don't
place
have a
is,
schedule.
like, lit up.
I mean,
You mean? every
they did it back
10
then was for security
What's it,
purposes.
do you know what kind of system it is? Is it, then the brand name of the system?
That's,
Intellica, is it Intellica?
no, it's Creston.
It is Creston.
It's Creston.
For them to just go in and push it by the button.
So I'm hoping to realign, I mean, we have real expensive, you're dealing with, T5 lamps. They take a lot of energy to run. Each one is 54 watts and they have to have over 200 of them in there. Not to speak of the pendant lighting that's left on all night and then it runs all day long.
Yeah, and they're expensive. Oh,
Right, so we can go with motion sensors, so if they're afraid about, concerned with, security, somebody being in a building, well, somebody's walking in there after hours and
Oh,
and the
so would
lights
this
will
be
be
to
on.
change it to motion?
That could be part of an energy program, but as
Well,
well
this
as
is
we have
actual
to,
reprogramming.
you have to reprogramming, yes.
So that they run on the schedule. So was there ever, I'm just curious, was there ever a schedule put in there and it got lost?
No, it was the way it was, programmed and built.
Yeah.
When did we build that? I forget.
15.
I guess it's 13 years old, the building.
Is it that old already?
13 years. I still have all the ads built and
Okay.
I have all the
You got an
books.
instruction book?
Yeah, I have some of those too.
Is it, what is it, like nodes and?
It's just about the dry content.
Right, but they call them nodes and then there's,
Yeah, with nodes is new generation with the fire alarms now. Those are programmable.
Cause I've had several lighting systems that have that, no, they had those,
Yeah.
I'm just. It costs a lot of money, but it's really, yeah, anyway.
Really gotta spend a little money to save a lot of money,
I know.
especially with energy. I mean, I got an
Yeah.
email from, I'm in New Hampshire, so it's Eversource. My rates doubled. They went from 11 cents to 22, and I just got an email saying that they reduced it by 2 cents.
Ooh,
So we're down to 20 cents a kilowatt hour.
Did the Townsend Energy Committee ever look at the, lighting situation at the library to see if there's any solutions that they could, get grants for or anything there?
That would probably have to be part of, the upcoming
Okay. I'll reach
committee,
out to them.
and Rise Engineering, who's ever gonna do it, they'll come over here and
I didn't
get this-
see that that was on anything that they were looking at, but maybe we could see
Add it to
if yeah, we could possibly add it. Okay,
And at that time, we could probably add the ceiling fans in there, because that would be an energy saving.
Mm. You were looking for the fans this year or next year? This year, did they get them?
If we could tie it into an energy project, sure.
because I know they don't have we don't have it, I'm the liaison for the Energy Committee, and I know Rise was out here today, matter of fact, but they don't have the library on the list. If anything, they're looking at, let's see if they could possibly add it.
Mhm.
Okay.
I've been buying the hybrid, LED, fluorescent tubes to replace them. The ones that are standard fluorescent are burning out, and, I've been going through Mass Saves. I just bought a bunch of, the flat LED.
Yeah.
Replace the hi-hats like we have in this room. And they're running about, $18 each, and I got them for $2.65 each.
Yeah.
And that,
Green
that
committees
was,
are the
that was
only,
through Mass Saves.
Yeah.
Bulbs.com did all the paperwork for me. And alls I have to do is have, like Haggerty Electric come in here, and it'll just be all time and material. I'll supply the material, it's just swapping off, it's just time.
Yeah,
So they can do it in, between this building and over there's 46 of them, they can have them done in 2 days.
the only lighting green energy will look at is schools. They won't do municipal buildings anymore, but
Okay,
they might be able to look at the plans. And they
Right.
might be able to look at the program, do something with that.
I would think the fans would be something. that-
Yeah, like I said, I'll follow up on that.
But they honestly.
Is there a schedule? Do you have a schedule for that? What those lights are supposed to do?
they come in to work in the morning on either the senior or the library.
Yeah.
When they open up, they just go on the computer screen and just start.
No, I mean, but within this, all this programming, there must be each light has a schedule.
It does. It
And
through-
you have that information.
Yep,
Okay.
they do, whether it's on a photo.
So they don't have to go looking for this information. It's all
No.
there. They just got a program.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, so we're down to,
That was it for you?
we're down to replace walkway in front of the town hall. I like to, all the buckled, personal walkways out here. It's becoming a little bit of a safety. Have, cracks and dips and holes in it.
Is that the stuff, brick out there?
No,
No,
not the,
the watch on the sign.
Oh, okay.
hot top. It's a T going from here all the way out by the barber shop and down to the parking lot. I was talking to Jimmy about that, and he was just saying it could have been possibly an out project.
Could be, yeah. We can help out.
So that would
Nice.
save a lot of money.
Okay.
Love it.
Do you have any regrind left over?
What, for your house?
No, my house is done.
have nearly enough.
No, oh, it's not working.
Just more room.
Yeah,
Generates more.
yeah.
No,
Okay,
so that pretty much wraps it up for me.
okay, well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank
We
you so
will
much.
get back to you and
Yeah.
let you know where we stand.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Rob?
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
Good luck with your new truck.
Yeah.
Don't be making promise.
Are you going to highway or are you going to water?
Who wants to come up next?
Mine's gonna be short.
Okay.
Bring it on.
So the only thing that we're gonna do this year, that's the,
Okay, yeah.
for the water treatment plant. That's the price increase, plus we have to put in additional filters.
Yeah.
And and that's everything. If you want any information for the SRF and everything else, if you need any backup material,
So what's this?
that's for the years after that.
Oh, okay.
But what we're doing for this year is, it's, the treatment plant is gonna go up. If you, look on the SRF that's inside, it's, authorized at 19.1. But since we only, the town voted on funding at 14.9, that's all they're gonna, allow us, they're gonna fund with the PFAS until the town ups the vote. So we're gonna do as much as, we don't know what that exact number is gonna be until the bids come in. And they'll come in the first week of April.
Aperture treatment plant, additional funding for upgrades to water treatment plant.
Yeah, so members of the committee, just to kind of clarify what this is.
I did.
The initial scope of work that was contemplated last year, that was voted on by by town meeting for borrowing from the water enterprise, was the 14.9 million for the water treatment plant, the first phase of the water treatment plant project. In order to take advantage of the 0% loan that we get from the state revolving fund and the opportunity for reimbursement from the state revolving fund, there's a kind of a second phase that was added on to the scope that includes some new water mains. So the water enterprise is looking for authorization to borrow up to an additional $7.1 million to fund additional potential costs for the water treatment plant and the costs for the water mains. The benefit to the town doing this now is because we're putting it as part of our PFAS project, we're likely to see significant reimbursement from the state for these costs. So right now we're anticipating, I think somewhere between 40 and 48%. I think that's about the number, 48% reimbursement on costs for this infrastructure. Is that right, Dave?
58.2% is the forgiveness cost on this project.
So these costs are already have already been taken into account by the water enterprise in their rate study. So this wouldn't be funded from the general fund; it's funded from the water enterprise. But we do anticipate a significant amount of this potential borrowing to be reimbursed by the state. Which, if we put this water main work off, still needs to get done, but it just won't get reimbursed. So, including as part of the PFAS project, has the potential that we're going to get it at less than 50 cents on the dollar to get these new water mains put in. So, in order for us to complete the borrowing, we would have to get the town would need to get a positive recommendation from the capital planning committee and then the vote of town meeting to authorize up to 7.1 million in additional borrowing. Hopefully less if the bids come in less, but because they won't be open in April, we don't really have time to wait until the bids to nail down a specific number.
I have a question for you, and you may not think it's related, but it actually is with construction, is you're gonna dig all these lines up through, because you had engineers go through South Harbor Road and up that way.
We did borings already
Yeah, so you're gonna put the lines, I assume, down South Harbor Road and up
to Emery,
Ash Street, yeah,
right.
all the way, oh, just that way, okay.
Right,
Is the cost of repairing the road in here?
yes.
Oh, so you're gonna do a whole new road, not just like fill in trenches?
We're gonna do all of Harbor Trace Road.
Yeah.
From, from
Yeah,
curb to curb. We're gonna do all of the rest of Ash Street because we asked highway not to pave.
right,
For it.
that's why you stopped where you did, yeah,
Right.
okay.
We're gonna finish that.
Okay, so you're, part of this 7 million will also be part of redoing the roads?
Right,
Okay, I was curious on that, thank
yeah,
you,
we are gonna make it better
yeah.
than it is when we started.
Oh, I
So-
was gonna say, those roads are pretty bad.
I have a, I'm sorry, did I cut you off?
Go ahead.
So the 0% loan is for how many years?
30 years.
30 years. So we're talking about, you're asking for an additional 3.5, after you get paid back from the state. So you're asking for $7 million, but basically you're getting half of that back from the state, right? So you're asking,
58%.
right, so I'm rounding off because my numbers are not.
So if it's $20 million, you're talking,
I'm just
All the
talking
12
about
million.
this additional money that the town hasn't approved yet.
right,
So
about 4 million
Additional, let's say, 4 million
will be forgiven.
that, the town, the people, of the town would have to absorb. But
Not the people of the town.
it would only be, that's what I'm saying, but it would only be the people that are,
Water customers.
water
Right.
customers. What percentage of the people in town are water customers?
60%
60%.
currently.
So that's, we got, okay, so
But
that's,
going up South Road Road,
so that's only
people can book it.
basically little more than half the people of the town
right,
have to absorb over 30 years, an additional 4.
An additional, what, 4 million did you?
Yeah.
Additional 3 million.
On top of the original,
Right,
that
12.
that approved. How much of that 12 million, same thing,
It's- what
50%?
was approved was 14.9,
And is it same thing, 50%?
58.2%. That, anything that's attached to the PFAS project will get the 0%, only if it's attached to PFAS.
Mhm.
So
Otherwise, it's 3%.
overall, the entire project is what, up to what now?
We're expecting about 19.1, but we're asking for 7.1. Because if say there's an overage, I can't go back to you in April to get more money. But we're expecting less, but we'll know that in the bid, and we're gonna adjust that number down.
So I guess I gotta ask, is that 19.1 include the discount? If you know what I mean by discount, the 3 million versus 7,
The 19.1 is everything.
is what the townspeople would be responsible for.
No, the town people will be responsible about 6.
Total,
Total.
out of that 19.1. Because of PFAS, because of, The
PFAS,
state
nitrates, and everything else, yeah.
And
That's all.
the one thing to make note of is the town has also signed on to the PFAS litigation, which has the potential to give us further reimbursement for the funds that we're expending. That is not counted in any of the reimbursement we're talking about. So it's possible that we could get funds from the PFAS litigation that would further defray those ratepayer costs.
So the maximum you feel right now is about 6 million?
And it could be 0.
Do we have any idea, has anybody calculated what this is gonna look on people's water bills?
It's in there.
Yeah, so the rate study that the water department did include
Last 2 pages.
building in these costs. So,
It's right in this that I just gave you.
Oh, no.
And Dave, correct. Dave, correct me if I'm wrong. Those rates were already approved by the Board of Selectmen, isn't that correct?
They don't have to be approved by the Board of Selectmen, they have to be approved by the Water Commissioners.
I mean, I apologize. They already got approved by the Water Commissioners, and that's already set in place, correct?
For 2024, yes.
Oh, yeah.
We went, the first page is what it was last year. As you see, we've already reduced it down. And all those numbers are without the forgiveness. So those numbers are coming down as soon as we get the official forgiveness, but this year it's 5%.
Okay.
But those numbers are coming way down. So we reduced from 15 to 5% this year already
Right.
with some of the forgiveness that's been
But
announced.
this on this page that I'm reading is for 23, so this does not include this additional 7 million that you're asking for.
It does,
Not figure,
it does.
it does, okay, thank you very much. Okay,
We reduced it down to 10% and put the 7 million in there.
gotcha, okay, thank you, okay.
And
I have-
we'll even do better.
Okay, thank
You
you.
could have that,
Nothing for me.
As you can see, we've already reduced the 2024 down 10%.
I'm in 23.
Right, one says 23 and one says 22.
Yeah.
Right, you notice how this 2024, we already reduced it down 10 million and we added all the additional funding in.
Okay,
Down
Oh, I'm
5%.
looking at I'm looking at your chart and
Right.
your percentages of operating costs are up 112%. That's crazy.
Well, we have to hire additional people to run the treatment plant.
You can't train your own employees?
We don't have enough employees. You're adding a treatment plant.
Hmm.
We don't have the employees
Yeah.
to.
Is that
The DEP has minimum requirements for staffing for treatment plants, so we are gonna be required to hire more employees because they got to do all the same work they did before with all the wells, plus run the treatment plant.
Gotcha.
It's
Yeah.
unfortunate and that nothing runs by itself.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't, okay.
okay,
Thank you.
thank you very much.
Yep.
Well, report back. Thanks, Sarah. Okay, the best for last, is that what we say?
Big Jim.
If you have any questions,
Yeah, no, I'll be good, I'm sure.
So Madam Chair,
Yes,
I apologize, but I do have to log off now.
okay,
I trust that Jim can knock this one on his own.
I will try to be kind and
Yes,
gentle.
be gentle with Jim. He's had a rough day.
Thanks, Eric.
Okay.
Thanks, everyone.
Have a nice evening,
You too.
and
Night.
thank you for joining us.
Right, thank you.
Thank you. Take it easy. So good, spending, Jim.
Okay, just give me 1 second to get organized. Let me show you what I'm working off of. Is this the same thing you're working on, Jim? Jim, this is the one.
Yep.
Okay,
Actually, he's got on the very back is broken down a little bigger so you can see it.
oh,
Did you guys get the pictures and
I think,
descriptions and?
yeah,
what is this?
I do.
Alice's Restaurant, you.
Oh, since your pickup truck with the cones and the
Yeah,
case on the back?
yeah.
I can glasses.
Yeah.
Words and descriptions and.
It just kind of shows you the wear and tear on the vehicle and
What is this?
the size of it.
That we're looking at, is that your,
Yeah, so this is my vehicle.
okay,
It's a 2011 Escape.
Honda? Oh, an Escape?
No, Ford Escape.
Okay,
Wow.
that's number
Does
one.
not belong in
Highway.
your, no,
It does not belong in highway. I'm not,
No.
whatever got there.
I have it.
Oh, my God.
That must be a hand-me-down, huh?
No, actually, I think they got it through a grant.
Oh, really?
Oh, my God, that's horrible.
So, with the department being, you know, as small as it is, you know, I spend time out on the road as well. You know, working out in the field as well as, you know, working in the office.
So you would take a pickup with a plow for your vehicle?
I have a big truck, yes.
Oh, okay, all right,
But
okay.
as far as, yeah, I don't have a plow on the Escape, no.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you can see in the pictures,
It's pretty
there's
bad.
no room.
Yeah,
I'll be honest, I once put a barricade, I stopped and picked up a barricade on the side of the road and I put it in there and I shut the hatch. Well, the barricade was so long, I had to put it over the front seat onto the dash, and it actually broke the
I
window.
was gonna say the floppy windshield.
It popped the windshield, my mistake.
Yeah, it happens.
It's just, it's not
It's not a appropriate,
practical.
no.
So
You know.
which vehicle are you trying to
I'm
replace
trying to
with it?
replace the Escape, my vehicle.
Right, but which on this
I don't see
sheet
it
are
in
you
here.
trying to use? to
It would be
replace
the
that?
350 pickup?
The F-350 pickup, yeah.
Oh, that's what you're looking for. Oh,
That's what I
okay.
was wondering.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay.
FY 24.
2011.
Mhm.
So to help us to support that,
Mhm.
one of the, items that really help us to be able, to insist that it must be replaced, not only is that it, like, doesn't work for your needs, but, is, believe it or not, is to say to the state that it's not an energy efficient, vehicle. So do you have any idea, what the, MGP is on that?
I can tell you what an F-250 is.
Or a 350 is gonna be more than what he's got
Well,
now, so.
my truck is an F-250. It's a 2016 with 60,000 miles and I get 12 miles a day.
And you don't plow with it.
I don't plow.
Right.
I was gonna say, well,
Yeah.
Okay.
I understand your need to move up to a vehicle such as this, though.
yeah, I mean.
I really do.
Clearly, just the condition alone in this, I mean, you can see the rot.
Right, but you don't wanna go to an electric car
No.
or an electric. Right, right, yeah, exactly.
Never will.
Say an electric
is.
car, but just even like, going from, believe it or not, from like 12 to 15, help support
Oh, right,
getting
right.
seriously. And in a 2011 car that, you know, that's at 12 to a modern car that's at 15, believe it or not.
Unfortunately, I mean, you could go with like an F-150 single cab,
No
You know,
plow.
but no plow,
You're right.
you know, for the
The
highway,
versatility you're gonna have with this and the other uses you could have for this
right?
are pretty varied, they're pretty wide, they
Yeah,
really are.
we need plows.
Yeah,
It's not only for snow, you know, snow and ice operations, it's for the down trees, down limbs.
right,
You know, believe it or not, we push them off the edge of the road to get the road open in the middle of the night, we go back the next day and then we clean everything.
it's a real work truck, it's
It's a
not
work
something to
truck.
get you around.
Yeah.
And throw cones in the back
Yeah.
of.
And when I priced this one, bare bones, it's a single cab, just an F-350.
Yeah.
You know, it has the municipal package,
The
you know, the
XL
lights.
package pretty much.
The XL,
Yeah.
But, you know, with the plow,
Too bad you couldn't get them to crank down windows anymore.
you probably pay extra.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
No,
a
you
throw
can't.
in the-
My XL, it's got all electric and
And just because I don't know anything, the $80,000 truck that we have was already ordered last year. Right?
Yes,
Okay. But it's on order, but you haven't received it yet?
we
Because
haven't received it yet, no.
now, this truck though is not a dump truck, this is just a truck, you can go to a Ford dealership or whatever kind of dealership and you'll be able to pick it, so it's not gonna be something you have to order ahead of time, like,
No,
I
you
know
don't.
we're gonna hear from Fire next week, and they're gonna need to order something like 2 years ahead of time
there,
to get a fire.
there are no pickup trucks.
There's not. I'll have to order it.
Oh,
We'll
okay.
go through probably MHQ, which is on the state bid list, and
Mm.
you gotta go through all that process. It takes a
Yeah,
while.
it does
We
take a
ordered,
while.
if you look back in FY 23, we were approved for the 6-wheel dump truck with plow and sander.
Yeah,
That's one of our big trucks,
yeah.
you know, the ones you see,
Still-
get really funny.
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Get that yet?
No,
it's been a year.
Really?
It's still on order.
Oh, my God.
It's all spec, it's all in order.
Yeah.
They were hopeful for, January, but that's coming down, so now they're talking April's.
Okay.
That's how long it takes.
Yeah.
It's the long living.
still looking for
Yeah.
chips,
Yeah,
pretty
Yeah.
much, that's holding everything up.
Mhm. And the only other thing is all of these, I see that, like the cat loader or whatever, those were like 5 payments on a 5-year lease or whatever, but these other vehicles.
skipping
like-
over to FY 25 through 28.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
these other vehicles would all just be outright purchases, correct?
Yes, so,
Okay.
Good, yeah.
the cat loader, I mean, those are the payments each year that we have to come up with.
Mhm.
You know, and then we buy it out at the end of,
5 years, I think it was.
yeah, at the end of FY 27 with a $1 buyout. So,
Okay, I'm
uh,
sorry. Go ahead, I'm caught up now. Go, you can go through your things.
so skipping down to the next one, the culvert inspection camera, 15.
Yeah.
That's, it is what it says,
How long is that camera?
200 feet.
It'll do that.
It'll do 200 feet,
Yeah.
and it comes with like a sleigh.
Yeah.
That you just put through, it's pretty standard, kind of run of the mill. I wouldn't necessarily say entry level, but,
Yeah,
I mean, they got remote control ones that. We just had Fitchburg come out,
Mm.
and help us with a couple of culvert pipes to inspect them. We needed to see where the breaks were.
Mm.
The only way we can do it now is follow the pipe and keep digging. Why dig where you don't have to?
Right.
If you can just send the camera down there,
Mhm.
tells you on the screen how many feet you're in. It shows you obviously on the screen the condition of the pipe.
Yeah.
It's pretty handy. You know, and then I was thinking, you know, other departments could possibly use it, you know, maybe Dave could use it at the water department. You know.
Yeah,
Mhm.
You know, if they shut down water main, whatever, and they,
That's what I wondered. if
Roger
they could
can
use
check the
it
body.
yeah, something. But I mean, they are expensive, but boy, they really come in handy, and we got a lot of failing culverts, pipes around town.
Yeah.
So, we got an issue right now, up on Probert Lane.
Yeah.
And it's coming in handy. We've tried, it's got a locator on it too.
Yeah.
So you can locate it from above ground.
Yeah, which will.
We've tried mouses. Just
Oh, really?
taking mouses down there and trying to locate it.
Yeah. Try
We
squirrel,
need something.
squirrel,
Squirrels try to send a squirrel down through there.
yeah, just tie it on his tail.
Yeah, we were thinking GoPro cameras. remote control stuff. But,
I heard Ring's the way to go now.
the Ring cameras?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have them on my own.
I do too.
Yeah, they're good.
I like them.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's kind of a big one for us.
right,
It would be quite beneficial to the department and, you know, maybe others as well.
hmm,
And then skipping down to the 10-foot wing, so if you look at the pictures of that, you can just see the rot, you can see the patches over the years, I mean, they're in the,
as soon as I find it.
They're in the worst
elements.
I don't even have that. I stop at your truck,
really,
yeah,
I think that's less than 15.
yeah, I don't have the wing.
Oh, yeah, I do. There it is.
I don't have that, I'm just saying,
Oh, yeah.
in my packet. Yeah.
so a wing plow, I'm not sure if you're all familiar, it's a plow that hangs off the side of the truck.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Usually it's in the gutter, so
Yeah.
it takes quite a bit
Yeah.
of use.
Yeah, geez, remember back, well, you were probably working there as a young man. And
Yeah, I've
they
been
went-
there 15 years.
Yeah, I don't know, might have been longer than that. And they went from, down Emery Road, and did every single mailbox,
Oh,
all the way down until
that
they got,
was before my time.
yeah, until they got to my house. They hit my mailbox, but I put in a schedule of 40 pipe.
Oh.
I think they bounced up because they never hit anything after that.
Everything right.
Hmm.
They haven't tucked it in.
Nope, nope. It leans a little, but it holds the
Yeah,
mail.
you did well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's time to replace them.
Yeah. Is it just just curious, and I know this might be just a little far-fetched, but is there a shot of getting a used one in decent shape? I mean, I know, I'm just asking.
We tried some years back,
Yeah.
we went all the way to Maine,
Yeah,
and the mechanic at the time, him and myself,
yeah,
we're talking probably 8 years ago.
yeah,
We went to Maine and looked at a few, and
Hmm.
they're all in the same boat. You know,
Yeah.
the municipalities are getting rid of them for the same reason,
yeah,
you know?
yeah, it's not something that,
A lot of
Yeah.
the, you know, the other municipalities that upgrade their trucks and keep them on a rotating,
Hmm.
you know, schedule. They're getting rid of them for the same reason. It's,
no,
they're in the salt, they're in the.
Yeah.
You know. The good thing is the trucks, the ones that we're replacing, they're coming with new plows.
right,
So we don't have to replace those, you know. Unfortunately, I think the truck that goes on, I think that one's a 2001, something like that. So that's getting old.
When we dump that, we save in the plow, right?
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
You know, and then scrolling down, you'll start to see it kind of picks up drastically. You know, with the trucks, we really need to focus on replacing the snow and ice fleet. The trucks that are.
Is this
that are doing-
314 and 25, that one we're putting a new plow on? Probably, huh?
With the plow.
Yes, so that one would come with a new plow.
So we may have a spare plow, which would be all right too.
Yeah, that one actually, well, no, because it wouldn't be replacing that truck, the one that new.
Oh, I thought it was, okay, yeah.
I mean, our trucks are,
And when you buy these new, dump trucks with plows and sanders, we don't spread those payments over 4 or 5 years.
well, the first one we didn't,
so, so,
no, I think,
real dump truck cost that much money?
Yeah. oh, yeah,
Everything's ridiculous.
that's crazy right now.
I can't imagine how we could take that.
I was looking at that thing,
Single
you
year.
could probably get like a 10-wheeler or something out of
Yeah.
that price, but I guess not.
Yeah, no, that's-
25.
That's really crazy.
Wow,
We would most likely, I would think we would most likely have to look at spreading that across.
Yeah. You have to kind of look at it too, it's like, if you know, big equipment, I always say, big equipment, big money.
yeah,
It's expensive, it's, heavy iron is quite expensive. You know, backhoes, loaders, excavators, dump trucks, plow equipment. And these trucks are just, they've had it. I mean, we're keeping them 20, 25 years. You know,
Well beyond it.
well, it's, the truck that I'm in has holes in the floor, the exhaust comes in the cab, I kid you not. By the end of the storm, the headache you get from it,
That's
just,
That's,
it's not good for your health. It's not good to be up for 24 hours driving, I can tell you that.
right.
I could go on, it's time.
Yeah.
To start looking forward, so if you look down the next several years, we really gotta start thinking about maybe replacing some of the fleet, you know?
yeah,
Right, but and I'm not telling you anything you don't know, you know, we want to be able to give you everything
Sure, no,
that you need. But if we only have $150,000 and
Right.
spread it against everybody, you know, I can certainly see doing that, but having to spread it across 3 or 4 years.
I think
And
it's
not
gonna be,
saying no to you, but saying, give it to you on installment, well.
Yeah.
yeah, almost like we did with the loader,
right, yeah,
That was a lease plan, am I right, Tom?
yeah.
you kinda, it's, I
That's a
mean, it
lease
is,
to own,
it's.
Yeah, could you do
public
that
safety.
with the 6 wheelers,
What's that?
lease to own?
You can,
Hmm.
you can go
You pay a
that,
little bit more, I bet, but it's.
in the
spread out.
end, you do.
We may have to look at something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I got one on there for the next 3 years, or
Right.
4 years, and then we'll be caught up, you know? The fleet
Then we
will
can start again.
be outdated now, not for another 20 years,
Right,
unfortunately, but
Well, hopefully we would never let it get this
this bad.
bad, exactly.
But I mean.
I remember a couple of years ago, when we did the loader, the pictures, I'm looking at
Yeah.
them.
Oh,
Yeah, I love it.
yeah.
People-
You know.
Yeah.
You still have
That's
hands on
nineteen
Paul.
seventy-eight, that's one of the front.
Wow.
That loader was in 70.
Nineteen seventy-eight. I mean,
We replaced it, what, 3 years ago?
no, we still got it. We just ran it last night.
Oh my God, what's the new one though? When we got this?
Well,
This is the one that's gonna replace it.
Okay, okay.
You have the new loader.
We have the new loader.
Yeah,
That's
don't
all.
get it dirty, that's all.
We don't, we actually.
It really looks.
It's kind of a,
Yeah.
it's kind of a joke we got going on up there.
Yeah,
Trying to preserve it. But, yeah, so out of the ones that for FY 23, the FY 50 is on order.
$101,000.
The asphalt, the hot box we received,
Yeah,
it's working great.
Good.
you
That
got the
thing's
old
out,
one too,
that thing's
right?
out like every day. So now we have two.
Yeah,
The old one's pretty
Oh.
tender.
yeah.
We
And
limber 'em
emergency, you know,
The body, we're still waiting on. It's on order.
yeah,
That's going on in 2012. And then the 6-wheel dump truck's still on order.
geez.
But you got the 550 done?
We
I
have,
thought
it's
it
on
was-
order.
Yeah, the only thing he's gotten so far
Is the hot ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, but yeah, and then you can see we got another FI 50. You know, that would replace our 450. You know, that thing goes out every day. It's pulling 3 ton a day,
so
you know, 3-ton trailer.
maybe you can get a couple more of them fire trucks, change the bodies on them.
Maybe.
Is it, everybody sit here and they look and go, geez, that's a lot of money, until the fire trucks come in and go, $1 million,
Yeah.
$2 million,
Yeah.
$3 million, you know?
That's next week.
Yeah.
Be here.
I was kind of impressed with what he's looking for. He wasn't as bad as.
You remember that, Wayne, when we were looking at the cost of the fire trucks a couple of years ago? We're like, what?
No, I've already been forewarned that.
Oh, yeah,
the next one
that's gonna be crazy, yeah.
And parts, you know, you gotta look at it, you know, for the, repair and,
Oh,
you know, the money you're spending on repairs and the availability for the parts.
Yeah.
You know, nobody's stocking these parts. It's hard to get parts, you know, if you're running especially a 78, but
Yeah,
even the 96, you know.
yeah, they're all gone. But that's something you can give with Gary too, because he's got a new truck coming, right?
Who?
Fire, don't they have a new truck coming in?
A fire truck, yes, yes.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think they have anything that we could use.
Well, like you have an old fire truck that you got, I think the
Gas basin
the
cleaner.
catch basin cleaner. But I'm wondering, I mean, those trucks don't have 1 million miles on them. You just
Yeah, it's
have
not the
to-
miles, though. It's, I mean,
The use.
it's New England.
Yeah,
It's hot. That catch basin truck is,
no,
that
I
couldn't even be on
yeah.
the road. But,
No,
You know, cab
I'm just
inspect-
thinking the cab, maybe you could repurpose those.
yeah.
You know, I don't know how, if they trade them in or what they do with them, you know? But you think of those, yeah, but those, remember, are sitting in the firehouse. They're not out like you are in a salt
Right,
24 hours a day. So the cab might still be useful.
right.
I don't know.
Not
what
sure if they all
do
got
with
cab holders, so like,
They do trade them in? Yeah.
I'd have to see what they have.
Yeah,
I think they're all cab holders.
I thank you for your time and I
Yeah.
really see, this, you know, what you're trying to do is really smart, trying to pace it out. Fiscally, I think, you know, as you know, it's gonna be very hard for us to support it. We might have to look at leasing or spread it out a little further.
Yeah.
It's not that we're saying what you're asking doesn't make sense. I don't want you to take it that way. I think what you're asking, makes completely logical sense, but we have, like you said, everybody.
Many
That we have
departments,
to.
many, yeah.
Many,
Many ways.
many people that we have to please, but I do respect,
Yeah.
the way you laid it out, and I thank you for your time.
Can I ask one quick question? What if we would spread out the 75,000 at least each truck for the 3? Would that make sense?
To lease the truck?
And spread those payments out?
Well, you could.
Well, I'm only saying that because of what Terry just said.
Yeah, I mean, you got three.
Concern with leasing a truck out here in Townsend, my just basic understanding of the
Mhm.
lease. It's not the time, it's the mileage. And just with the size of Townsend,
Yeah, well, I don't understand how that works. For some reason, I forgot about that part. But I mean, with the loader and stuff, leasing that, are you limited to
It
miles?
might be different in the municipal part of it.
That's what I'm wondering, because it would never make sense in that case to lease a vehicle. But I think we do it quite often. We do it with the police cruisers.
Oh, does that so mileage wouldn't? matter
Right, so
then?
how does that work with the mileage on that? It's something to look at, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lease to a purchase.
Right, and then at the end, you get it for a buck or whatever, however that works. I think it's worth looking into because I really think you need a truck. I really think you need everything you got here. But as Terry said, we
You just don't
probably,
have it all.
we just don't have it all. But if we would have spread out the
Yeah.
75 in a lease and see how that works out, that might be doable.
Right, if you could get information and if we had to make some cuts and you said, hey, I found a way I could lease it and came
Yeah.
back and said,
Yeah.
I could spread it out at the board. Hey, high five.
Right.
Oh,
You could do that within the next 2 weeks because that's all the time we have.
boy.
There's some creative thinking.
Seriously, that's all we have. 2 weeks for.
Yeah.
If you really want it, have to do some serious soul searching
Yeah.
and find a way to get it.
But we'll work everything out. We're
Well,
trying to work out every magic we can.
I totally understand. We can only do what we can do.
Right. Do appreciate it.
Jim, thank you
Everything you
very
do.
much. Yeah. And we do,
Appreciate that.
and we do have the best roads in the.
We do. I am astonished at what you can do with what little you got. And
Yeah,
I've been that way since I've been here.
Been a long time.
Yeah.
agree.
I truly appreciate
Thank you very much.
all right, thanks. Wow.
Okay, let's see. Let me just make sure we didn't miss anything
Are we discussing these today or are we,
on the agenda. And then
because it's only 6:45.
I personally, let me just pull up the agenda. I think it personally, it would make more sense to wait till next week.
it. We
Okay,
have
Do
everything,
we have
and then
everything?
we can go,
So we can-
we'll have a better idea of what we can just throw in this.
Especially, like I said, if the fire comes in and asks for 5 fire trucks.
Well, I don't think it's going to, I think it didn't look that bad.
You can ask for a fire truck, because it takes like 2 years for them to be delivered.
Hmm.
But I think you have to like put some money down or something, I don't know.
Oh, God, yeah.
I don't have fire, so
No,
I,
that's next week.
No.
yes, I didn't know if they turned anything in.
They haven't.
Yeah.
As of last.
All right, I'm gonna do my best to hang on to these and bring these back, because they do have my notes on them. This stuff, recycle it.
And then, so we have fire and
I didn't get it.
police next week.
They're coming in next week.
They're coming in, yeah, I think,
No, I'm.
on next week, so.
You do more than all of it.
Does that make sense to people that we wait until the end of that meeting? and then-
Absolutely.
I think so.
Yeah, because there's only 2 coming in, right?
Right,
There's fire
yeah.
and police, so
They're
that,
gonna take it. They're gonna.
And then we'll be able to have all the information from
yeah,
most everybody and
yeah,
decide what really is a
I'm
priority.
gonna try to, like, now that we have these up, I'll try to get everything sort of, organized in the spreadsheet a little bit better now that we have the numbers, so.
Yeah.
We'll have everything but the fire, in to, the place.
yeah,
Fire takes a little bit.
yeah, they're the most expensive. I think.
Because of the ambulance and.
Yeah. And the equipment,
So that would be, next meeting on the 15th.
Hmm.
So that being said, we've been through today's agenda, so I will take a motion to adjourn at 6:20.
I'll make a motion to adjourn
That's it,
at 6:20.
And I'll
I'll second
second that. Well, you can.
I got it.
And as I said, our next meeting is, with the fire and police department heads at February 15th at 5 p.m. in the same hall.
Excellent.
All those in favor of adjournment, say aye.
Hey,
I'll see you later.
Okay, meeting adjourned.